Dear friends, welcome to Research Pathshala. So in today's topic, we will cover how to read the Hindu newspaper. The current affairs which UPSC demand, all the ingredients are covered in the Hindu newspaper. It is the backbone of the UPSC because it is not only important from the prelims or mains point of view, but also from the interview section. To know more about it, let's get into it.
The Hindu. So, in this newspaper, before starting, I would like to give few tips regarding the Hindu newspaper. Point number one: do not subscribe to any other newspaper apart from the Hindu. And you have any other option like economics, then you can read Economic Time or Life Mint. Point two: do not do collage and all by just cutting the Hindu newspaper and all and pasting here and there because it is a complete waste of time and effort. You can subscribe to monthly current affair magazine from any online website. Point 3. Always focus on the social economic issues like women empowerment, education or health related issue. Issues like policy affecting vulnerable section, etc. Focus on Supreme Court or High Court verdicts. And also focus should be on the political issue related to the Indian constitution, legislative and administrative process and not on the political remark like lallan bekar ka mla hai and etc and all. So in this first page, the front page, this is the cover page. It is important because it highlights the important and the catchy topic, but you should know which topic you should read. Try to read all the heading and you should know the syllabus by heart. Again and again and again, I am saying you learn the syllabus by heart so that whenever news comes from any of this section, you can answer them. Suppose in today's cover paper, the relevant topic are like Russia inspect to test supply Sputnik V vaccine to India. These all other important topic. Okay, today Narendra Modi ji birthday. So Modi ji, if you are watching this video, then happy birthday to you. So now let's come back to the topic which is relevant for UPSC. So this China rebukes Rajnath says India violate agreement. Now this is important from GS 2 point of view from the international relation section. So you read this one. This is very important and no need to read all these things and all. These are of not all national or this one importance. So you can, there is no any other news important in the cover page. You can jump directly to page 5. See, city news are basically not so important. UPSC never asks the question from all this city news and all because they are like kind of irrelevant for the topic, UPSC topic. Now let's come to the national news. The in the national news, what we can see this farmer fear end of MSP minimum support price regime. Now, why this news is important? This news is important because you should know what is happening in Punjab and Haryana regarding the ordinance which is bought by the government. So this topic is very important. In news channel, they hardly show, but this is very important from the social perspectives as well. And from this, all these points are not so important from UPSC point of view. Then let's come back to the editorial page. Editorial. For any newspaper, editorial page reflects the most important topic which are in news. It has an in-depth analysis of relevant topic. These are required not only for the mains exam but also from the preliminary. Essays consist of fact as well as analysis. And the most important thing about the editorial is it gives a constructive criticism. That is way forward. So in today's editorial, as we can see, nationalism and the crisis of federalism, it is important from GS to perspectives. It is talking about the federal structure. Then another article is top press, and another one is new order in West Asia, talking about the Palestine issue. And you can read about what happened in Palestine and all, Arab issue. These are the important article. No need to read this article. Need to Chinese strongman images. Now coming back to next topic, to the BRICS and back in Ladakh. Now this topic is also important from GS2, that is international relation of India and its neighbor. You should read like this type of editorial article and all, which is relevant to the topic. Why I didn't mark this pandemic and a free press? Because many articles are there regarding the COVID-19 and talking about the India, how they are tackling. So no need to read this article. So coming back to next article, beyond the barriers of disability. So this article is also important from the perspective of GS2, which is which talk about the welfare for vulnerable section and its scheme. And while reading the editorial, if you feel boring, then you can watch this cartoon by Surinder Sir. Now coming back to the after completing the editorial section, now coming back to the next. As you can see, China rebukes Rajnath, says India violate pacts. You can read this article. This article is also very important. It is a cover of first page only. No need to study any article from here. UPSC doesn't ask such type of. If you have ample of time, then you can study. You need to study all this. Yeah, one thing is very important. From page one, you should you should read all these dark letters word and also the subheadings, because if you know the syllabus, then you will know that whether this topic is relevant for the UPSC section or not. That's why I am urging you again and again, please read the syllabus by heart. It's a humble request from my side. Now the next topic which comes is SI allowed for resume trial of Oxford vaccine. This is also very important. You can just go through this. Now next article, this article are not so important. Now we come to the next article, then you can just go through this. What the SSI allowed to resume the trial of Oxford vaccine. Then all these are not required from UPSC perspective. Now the next article which you read is India presence at Afghan trial. This is also coming in the news often and often. So no need to read, no need to read this new parliament project also. Riya Chakravarti, different turn, no need to study this one, no need to study all these things. Now coming back to the business news. If you see this world news, this is the international news. In the international news, in today's international news, it is the topic are not relevant to the UPSC. You can read this one, Maldives defense ties with India. You can see, you can read this news, which is talking about all the like criticism. In the international start. In the international news, there is not so much importance in today's newspaper. No need to study all these things, which is of not of national importance. You can go through this article, Maldives defense tie with India. Yes, this is a wonderful article. Then you just can go through and try to read all these headings and all. Coming back to the business news, see, for the business and the economic section, I highly recommend you to build your basic concept and then start deciphering the scripts and all. This section, what happens if you don't have the basic economics knowledge, then it is very difficult for you to read the article from the economics section. So in today's economics and the business news, the recovery not yet entrenched, may be gradual. From GS3 economics section, it is very important. You can rate trade deficit with China dips to $5.5 billion. You can just go through this article. Rediff talking with India, Russian, that one as I mentioned in the cover page. You can also just go through this article, 186 billion import substitute possible. Another article are not relevant for UPSC topic. Now coming to the sports news. In sport news, don't waste your time in reading sports article unless some important issues or controversy are involved in it. Like what? Your focus should be on sports news like status of sports in India. Okay, why India is poor performer at international level, bearing for sports like cricket or badminton. Controversies like banning of Indian Sports Association by international authorities due to violation of international norms, doping in sports, government scheme and policies to encourage youth for sports, prepare on similar lines, do not indulge into commentaries or beautiful pictures like this. Okay. See, in all this news, the important topic which I have highlighted is relevant to the UPSC platform. So embrace yourself and let's get into it. Lastly, so this is all about how to prepare exam related stuff from newspaper. For beginner it may take some time, but once you master the basic concept, then you will go with the flow. Initially it may take some times, maybe 5 to 6 hours, but after getting the flow you will be able to complete it within 90 minutes. So thank you all of you. Kindly like, subscribe and share the channel if you like the content and hit the bell icon. Thank you.